What's up, guys? It's Ben with 2020 election predictions, and today I'm going to look at the plural vote election forecast. It's really interesting, actually. I would say this is the most odd but most intriguing model there is. So it was updated a little while ago, so I'm not going to take it just as gospel because there's been a lot of things that have happened. But before I get into this, I found this video. I just thought it was very intriguing. I want you all to
just do it. That's all this video is going to be about. That's all it is. Literally. To just subscribe.
So if you don't listen to him, please listen. If you aren't going to listen to me, listen to him, and please just subscribe if you haven't already. So anyway, right now, this model predicts that Joe Biden has a 77% chance of winning. And just looking at different models, I've seen all the way from like Joe Biden having like a 60% chance to win to up to like a 90% chance. So I'm not going to put a lot of weight into these numbers, especially when this model just measures things very, very interestingly. So the first thing that I just like looked at this model that just kind of caught my eye is the fact that Arizona is projected to go to Donald Trump, while Georgia is projected to go to Joe Biden. So this surprised me because just looking at the polls and just looking at just historical trends, while Arizona and Georgia both historically have been Republican states, Arizona is moving a lot leftward than Georgia is. Like, for example, in the 2018 midterms, Arizona elected a Democrat, while Georgia elected a Republican governor. And I would say that Brian Kemp is definitely more of a controversial figure than like Martha McSally, even though Martha McSally wasn't necessarily a great figure. But this is going to be a little bit overwhelming if this is the first time you're looking at this, but like, let's just go over a state like Georgia. So you see all this junk pops up. I mean, it's pretty interesting. So let me just kind of, in fact, I'll just click on this state. It's a little bit of a funky website. So let's just look at Georgia. So right now, they're predicting Joe Biden to win by 4 points. So I don't agree with this. I still think that Donald Trump is going to win it. And if Joe Biden does somehow win it, he's not going to win it by 3.9 points. I can tell you that right now. So what this website does is it combines the poll numbers with the media search trends model. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. So if we look at just the polls, they just take an average of the polls. I don't know if they weight them necessarily. So that is 2/3 of their model. It's pretty standard. The thing is, these polls are very old. So if we look at this right here, we see the last polls from 15 days ago. I just know on Real Clear Politics there's more recent polls. So that's one thing why this might be a little bit funky. But the media partisan model in Georgia, I think is just really utterly fascinating. So what it does is their forecasts are informed by a metric of media interest, 1/3 based on this measurement. And we create a comprehensive model using real-time pass-through months Google Trends data to gauge media interest. So the volume of interest in polarizing or partisan media outlets reflect the partisan mood of the electorate, and then they just compare that to past elections. And they've said that they're in past elections they've been very accurate. So that is pretty interesting. I actually haven't looked at this yet because I didn't see it, but let's see there. Okay. Wow. So I guess this was their one in 2016. And they gave Trump a 41% chance of winning, which is a lot better than the other models. So to say like Wisconsin, they actually had Trump winning just because of the model. So I mean that's actually pretty interesting. So I am going to have more confidence in them than I otherwise might have. So just diving right in. So they have 4 more liberal left-wing websites that they choose, media conglomerates, and Fox News is the only Republican one. So I'm not going to invest like everything into this, but what they have is they like total these all together And based on this, based on a regression adjustment, which they don't really show here, probably because it's a little too complex for the average person to look at, they right now say that Biden has a 51.5% Biden. And I frankly do not understand this completely, but I think it is a pretty intriguing way to look at this, because I think our polarized media landscape is a pretty good marker of who you're going to vote for. If you watch Fox News and there's data, I think this looks at like search engine data. I don't know if it looks at like the TV data too, like the ratings for these different shows, for the different channels, but this is a pretty accurate estimator, I would say. Like, if you're watching Fox News all the time, you're not going to vote for Joe Biden. If you are only watching MSNBC, I don't really see you voting for Donald Trump. So this is a way that maybe traditional pollsters can't get data. We've talked about the shy voter effect in recent videos. This is a little bit different. So people might watch Fox News by themselves in the privacy of their home, but they might not tell a pollster that, or they might not even tell their friends that. So I think this is a pretty interesting way of looking at it. And what this model shows is maybe like Donald Trump's supporter is softer in states like Georgia or North Carolina, but they have Arizona going to Donald Trump right now. They say he's going to win it by 1.8 points, despite being down in the polls. And that is because the media search trend model has Donald Trump up by a lot, which is fairly interesting. And like, I'm not going to spend a ton of time just going through these numbers, because frankly, I don't completely understand how it works, but I understand kind of where they're coming from, kind of the general idea. So I will definitely look at this model occasionally and see how it changes, because as we get closer to election day, oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy. Oh my gosh. This will probably change a lot, just because, and hopefully they'll update this more often than they do right now. But I mean, where people are looking at on the internet and on TV, I think will be a large track about like what people are voting for. I saw a tweet that said that less people are searching Sleepy Joe compared to Crooked Hillary in 2016. So this could be a good case for Joe Biden, that Donald Trump's nickname is not sticking to him as well. And I think going forward, this is kind of the future of models. This will be the future of political science, is just looking at this micro data. In Donald Trump's 2016 campaign, he hired Cambridge Analytica and used Facebook micro targeting to he used it very, very well to his advantage. And we can argue about the ethics of that and about privacy concerns, but in 2016, the Trump campaign took advantage of a tool that the Hillary Clinton campaign did not, and it was legal what they did at the time. And so I think going forward, campaigns are going to invest a lot more into this, and I think like people like me and the people who run Plural Vote are going to try to enhance their model as best as they can, because I think 2016 really embarrassed the media as a whole. And I think people are looking at better ways to measure the vote and trying to make it more accurate. And politics really is a science. In college, you can major in political science, and I think it has become more of a science. And there's a lot of ways that like campaigns and pollsters are really trying to measure this, because it can save them a lot of money, because of so much money is spent on politics, and it's only going to get greater. So I know it kind of deviated from the random theme of this video, but I just thought this was a really, really interesting model. And if you really like this video, please leave a comment and just tell me if you want me to do more videos like this. So thank you guys. See you tomorrow.